Every 4 years, you're scared into how presidential election cycles will impact every area of your life, including your investments. But I'm about to tell you some facts on how red or blue doesn't really affect your investment portfolio as much as you think. I'm Brad, a certified financial planner, and I'm here to help you create peace around the issue of money. As each presidential election cycle unfolds, speculation and concerns about the potential impact on investment portfolios often take center stage. However, history and empirical evidence suggest that the influence of presidential elections on long-term investment performance is far less significant than commonly perceived. I'm here to debunk the myths surrounding the impact of presidential elections on investment portfolios and explore the factors that truly drive long-term investment outcomes. Let's explore the myth of presidential elections and their impact on investments. It's not uncommon for financial markets to experience short-term volatility in the lead-up to and the aftermath of the presidential elections. This volatility can be driven by uncertainties surrounding policy changes, regulatory shifts, and geopolitical factors. However, it's essential to recognize that short-term market fluctuations related to presidential elections often have minimal lasting impact on long-term investment performance. Some investors may believe that the political affiliation of the elected president can significantly influence the performance of investment markets, leading to biased investment decisions driven by political sentiment or emotion. The reality is that markets are influenced by a multitude of factors beyond political dynamics, and investment decisions should be rooted in sound financial analysis and long-term strategic objectives, rather than short-term political sentiment. Let me show you what I mean. If you go back in time and you study who the president was and how the market responded to who was in office, you can see that the market has gone straight up for years and years, despite the president and the political affiliation of who was in office. So we dug into it a little further and we looked at each individual president and basically the returns of the US stock market, depending on who was in office. And we found that it really didn't matter who the president was and who was in office. The market responded quite well. So then we went further back and we dug in. We went all the way back to 1926, 1929. And again, we just found that who was in office had very little bearing to what the market did. So then we thought, well, surely who holds the power in Congress must have great impact and influence. I mean, after all, if the president doesn't, then how about Congress? And we found the same thing. The political party that controlled Washington, whether it was Congress or the White House, did not matter. The market continued its upward trajectory and it did quite well, maybe despite of who was in office over the years. When we studied market returns during election years, we found some interesting data points. We found that if a new president is elected, the average return of the market is right around 9.3%. We found that if the incumbent is reelected, average return is 13.4%. And the average across all years, whether a new president is elected or the incumbent wins, is 11.3%. I don't know about you, but I would take those returns in any given year. They're fantastic. Historical data reveals that investment markets have demonstrated resilience and long-term growth regardless of the political party in power. Over extended periods of time, markets have continued to rise, driven by fundamental economic factors and global market dynamics. The long-term upward trajectory of investment markets underscores the limited impact of individual presidential terms on sustained investment performance. Economic and market forces, such as corporate earnings, interest rates, technological advancements, global trade dynamics, and macroeconomic trends exert a far greater influence on investment performance than the outcome of a presidential election. These fundamental drivers play a pivotal role in shaping the growth and stability of investment markets, often overshadowing the short-term impact of the elections. A prudent investment approach is anchored in a long-term perspective that transcends the immediate political climate. By focusing on long-term financial goals and investment fundamentals, you can sidestep the political distractions of the short-term political noise. Maintaining a disciplined investment strategy that aligns with long-term objectives can help mitigate the influence of short-term market fluctuations driven by the election. While presidential elections and political transitions can generate short-term market volatility and a lot of media attention, their lasting impact on long-term investment portfolios is way overstated. Sound investment principles, historical evidence, and empirical research underscore the limited influence of presidential elections on sustained investment performance. By maintaining a steadfast focus on long-term financial objectives, fundamental investment principles, and prudent risk management, you can sidestep the distractions of the short-term political noise and the drama. Do yourself a favor, turn off the TV, tune out the noise, and ignore the distractions that the media wants to throw at you on a daily basis, because the results of this year's election have far less impact on your investment returns than you might think. So if you have concerns about this year's political election cycle and you want to talk about your investments and the impact of the election, use the link below to schedule a call with me. I'm happy to have a conversation. You can also keep watching to learn how we can help you to make your retirement dreams come true.